And welcome back. It's now 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. We are always glad to have Marty Brink coming in the studio here because always great, wonderful ideas about outside and spring and cleaning and all sorts of things. And we've got some great tips here from the Home Depot where Marty works. And it is that time of year, isn't it?
It is that time of year. Spring has gotten here like overnight. It was just a few weeks ago. It seemed like it was cold and snowy. And now all of a sudden spring and everything's blooming and everything's growing. So it is that time to get plants in the ground.
And so what are we talking about? What kind of plants, and can I put my tomatoes out yet? That's what I want to know.
As long as we're past the final freeze, you'll have to check with the weather guy about that. But,
I'll ask Chris about that in just a little bit here.
Most every plants can go out right now, but tomato plants do have to avoid any freezing weather. So we want to make sure we are past the final freeze before.
I'm glad you said that, Marty. That's some good advice. So what have we got here?
We've got a little bit of everything. Yeah. I've got grapevine on the end there. I've got a blueberry bush here. We've got herbs, rosemary. Got some lettuce. Some beans over here.
That's a real garden.
But a little bit of everything. And really right now, like I say, you can put just about anything out. Just the tender stuff, make sure we're past the freeze. But other than that, everything I've got out here would safely go outside right now.
Let me ask you a question, and this is for people who are impatient like I am. If I put the blueberries out, and I love blueberries, how soon can I expect to get blueberries off my plant? Is it going to be this year, or am I going to wait
probably next year. Probably next year.
So you've got to really plan in advance for this.
Yeah, most anything you're going to grow, you want to plan in advance. Even your vegetable garden. If you were going to grow from seed, you should have already had the seedlings in the pots and get them growing. Now would be the time to be taking them out a few hours at a time during the day and conditioning them and letting them get some sunshine. They call that hardening the plant, but you take it outside a few hours, bring it in at night, then continue to expand on how many hours it stays out. And then, like I say, after the final freeze, planted in the ground.
Oh, okay. And then we've got some flowering plants.
Yeah, flowering plants again. Anything right now can go in the ground. These would be safe outside as well. So decorative flowers, you could leave them in pots even. You don't have to put them in the ground. Put them in pots. One thing about sunshine, I mean, plants need basically three things. They need soil. Most of them need soil. They need water, and they need sun. But sometimes too much sun is not a good thing. So right now when you're looking for a place to plant, because the trees haven't completely leafed out yet, you might choose an area that you think is going to be sunny because you look at it now and it's sunny, but look at the trees that are in the area. If you see a tree that's going to open the leaves up and going to block the sun as it comes across it, that might not be such a good place. So again, planning is critical, not just for what you want to put out, but in pots, a good thing about that is they're portable. You can move them around.
That's true, you can. I wouldn't have thought about that. That's some great advice.
We talked last year about putting tomato plants in pots, growing them in pots instead of in the ground. But the same thing, you can move them if they're not getting enough sun, move them to another location. If they're getting too much sun, especially in the afternoon, if that hot, glaring sun. You know, right now is beautiful weather, but July comes around. Yeah, we all know what that's bringing.
That'll do a beat down.
So you can move them around. If they're getting too much sun, you can move them into a little less hot spot.
All right, Marty, we have run out of time, but remember at Home Depot you can get all the supplies, the plants that you need to make a great garden, put out some flowers there. We appreciate it, Marty. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
All right, stay with us. 14 minutes after 8, and we'll be right back.